Hello everybody and welcome to another legendary build. Today we're going to celebrate 1200 subscribers as Beowulf from the Epic of Beowulf. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with ability scores. Using the standpoint array, we'll put the 15 and 14 to strength and constitution. Beowulf is, unsurprisingly, incredibly strong and durable. Next we'll put the 13 to dexterity. No archery feats, but Rasslin takes agility as well as strength. But the 12 into charisma, he showed up in Denmark with a fully armored warband and everyone just immediately trusted him. Seriously, King Hrothgar practically adopted him. But put the 10 to intelligence and dump wisdom. He was smart enough not to wrestle the dragon, but still dumb enough to try fighting it alone. Something still feels different about this setup. For race, we'll go with Variant Human, putting our increases into strength and dexterity and taking the fighting initiate feat for unarmed fighting. I'll also take Persuasion and Speak Common and Giant. For background, we're going to take, say it with me, Folk Hero. We'll get Rustic Hospitality, Animal Handling and Survival, and Painter Supplies for giggles, but we'll swap land vehicles for water vehicles. Technically that makes this a custom background, but he's also a literal folk hero. Moving on to class, we're going to go with, say it with me, Barbarian. We'll get Strength and Constitution saving throws, pick Athletics and Intimidation for skills, and be proficient with light and medium armor, shields, and all weapons. At level 1 we'll get Rage and Unarmored Defense, at level 2 we'll get Danger Sense and Reckless Attack. At level 3 we'll take Perception from Primal Knowledge and our Primal Path. We're going to take Berserker, getting Frenzy. At level 4 we'll take the Grappler feat, he wrestles in 2 of the 3 fights we see him in. At level 5 we get Extra Attack and Fast Movement, and level 6 we'll get Mindless Rage. This will help when fighting a dragon. At level 7 we'll get Feral Instinct and Instinctive Pounce, and at level 8 we'll raise our strength. At level 9 we'll get our first Brutal Critical, and at level 10 we'll get Intimidating Presence and take Nature. At level 11 we'll get Relentless Rage, and level 12 we'll cap our strength. At level 13 we'll get our second Brutal Critical, and at level 14 we'll get Retaliation. This and Mindless Rage are the only good things about 5e Berserker. At level 15 we'll get Persistent Rage, and at level 16 we'll take the Tough feat. At level 17 we'll get our third Brutal Critical, and at level 18 we'll get Indomitable Might. At level 19 we'll raise our Constitution, and lastly at level 20 we'll get Primal Champion. Now that we're level 20 we finally have our modifiers. For inventory we'll take a longsword and a shield as well as a dagger. We'll also take a chain shirt. It is specifically called a mail shirt in the Epic. And no, I'm still not over the chain mail over chain shirt thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. If you do know, you know who you are, you know what you did. And yes, I know he puts plate armor on at one point, but we can't rage in that. Our AC with the chain shirt is 16 and 18 with unarmored defense. No surprise there, Grendel was his easiest fight and he was naked for it. And I mean literally naked this time, not like how I normally mean. Our movement speed is 40 and our average HP is 285 with 20 d12 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can this build do? To start, we're a level 20 Barbarian. That means we hit hard when we crit, we can take a shit ton of damage, and we can't roll lower than a 24 on strength checks. We also have advantage on initiative and can't be surprised so long as we have a use of rage available. And with Retaliation and the bonus action Frenzy attack, we're making a lot more attacks than other Barbarians. More chances to hit, more chances to crit. And if we can grapple an enemy, then we have advantage without Reckless and can deal an extra 1d4 each turn with unarmed fighting. Fun fact, the fighting style doesn't even say you have to be unarmed for that 1d4 to go off. For weaknesses, we're a 5e Berserker, and that means exhaustion. Sure, we could just not use Frenzy, but that basically means we don't have any subclass features into level 6. And 5e Intimidating Presence is just useless. We're also in danger of Intelligence and Wisdom saves, but that's just Barbarians. Weaknesses aside, we've got the brawn, the bravery, and the beefiness to Leroy Jenkins a dragon. Second legendary build in a row that I've made that joke. I promise it won't be a trend. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. $1 a month gives you 2-day early access to my videos, a chance to vote for future characters, and access to all of my homebrew content. Legendary builds are going to change moving forward. To start, they won't follow the usual rotation anymore. We hit this milestone almost 2 months ago, maybe longer. So from now on, if I see I'm getting close to a milestone, I'm going to post the poll for the next legendary build on Patreon, and then as soon as the milestone is reached, the poll winner will be the very next video, right after whichever build is scheduled at that time. Also, this will probably be the last time I do the level 20 Folk Hero Barbarian with the same starting stats bit. It's run its course, and frankly, it's holding me back. I'm also relying too much on magic items, which is most apparent in my King Arthur build. I try not to mention Tulak the Barbarian too often or compare my builds to his, but his King Arthur makes mine look like a joke. So I'm gonna try and get more creative from here on and do these legendary heroes justice. I just did the bit one more time with Beowulf because he's kinda basic. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you next time when I make Donkey Kong.